Yeah, it is, but it's lagging a lot and it's annoying.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Is the preview smooth? I don't even know how to check it.
It seems like just a dark screen. Yeah, it is. Not very smart.
Okay. We have a lot to change after this. OBS will be the first thing. Okay, we can just run this one
Hi,
out.
yeah, hi and welcome to this live stream. You guys need to help us let us know the quality of the live stream you're seeing now because we're having some issues behind the scenes, and that's why we're even just this late. I know we are not the most early people, but the laziness today was not funny. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we are having some technical difficulties. So
Mm,
let us know if the sound is upright, if the video lagging and whatever. But definitely we have to do some technical changes when this is done. But just let us know the quality of what you're experiencing right now.
mm.
So let's get to our topic. I want to touch two things. I'm not going to be a long one today. Um, let's start by addressing what happened on Monday.
Yeah.
So Monday, we were supposed to go live. We were like ready. I was ready. Biggy
uh,
was ready. The ambassador was ready. And then normally we usually do our behind the scenes interactions or like the link or whatever on WhatsApp. And
yeah.
you all know what happens on Monday. Like crazy WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, everything shuts down, and yeah, yeah. So this was really not funny at the moment in time because I spoke to the ambassador and she was like, "It's probably something you can manage." You know, there are people that they try to mention something like maybe the internet
Hmm.
taking down some apps. So he was like, "Yeah, it's probably a Cameroon thing."
Yeah.
And then when he talked to the VI, he was like, "Oh, it's a global thing." I was like, "Oh, what? Facebook, the almighty Facebook, how can this happen to Facebook?" Yeah,
Yeah.
but it did happen. It did happen to WhatsApp and Instagram, and it is what it is. Yeah, so we could not go live on Monday, but we're live today, and I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So let's dive to life updates before we go to our topic. Jesse, what's up?
I've been good. Just intensify my gym routine this week, workout. As I'm sitting here right now, my body aches as hell. My body hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'll be going to that gym again today.
You also.
Yeah, no, I've been going, but today I think I need to let the sores go down a little bit. I just need to take some painkillers and yeah, then I continue. I think I have to start going there every day because I make sure I go every day. I think I need to reduce it at least maybe 3 times a week or four, maybe. But every day is breaking me down since I stopped doing it for some time. So going back into it is beating me up.
Yeah. So what motivated you to intensify your routine routine?
Mm, I don't know. I just started feeling heavy. That's just it.
Mm.
Felt like I felt heavy. I just
Okay.
want to loosen up again. I want to feel light again.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's cool, that's awesome. When we were on break,
Hmm.
I also intensified my walking and when I lost a lot of weight.
Hmm.
And so I had to reduce my amount of walking. I don't know if you have noticed, but I lost a lot of weight
Yeah,
unintentionally.
somebody asked me that wait, what's wrong with Ita? Because you posted a pic on Facebook. She said, "Wow, she looks cute, but she has lost so much. What's wrong with Ita?" I said, "But normally Ita hasn't been that a chubby person. If you know, she hasn't been chubby. But yeah, I couldn't justify it. But I just said, if you recall, she hasn't been that kind of a person who is too chubby. So maybe she's within her range, just fluctuating between her range and that. Yeah, I noticed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went really intensely. Then I had to cut back. Apparently, I cut back, and I'm like, okay, just keep it at the weight where you can just maintain because like the weight is
Mm,
just dropping like crazy.
mm.
Anyway, so that's that.
Lucky you.
Also,
There are
and
so many
then
guys who try to lose weight but they can't. There are so many people who fight with the gym every day, but it's difficult to lose those pounds.
yeah, I heard something like as you get older, it's difficult to
To
lose
lose it,
the
yeah.
fat, more stubborn. Yeah, I heard something like that.
Some parts of your
So
body become
yeah.
difficult to let me just say to cut off the older you become. Yeah.
Mm,
So if
yeah.
you're not doing it when you are still young, like try to keep those parts in check. When the time come for them to assume their position, just know it will be difficult for you to take them off. Like the
Right.
gut, you have the neck. I don't know. Yeah, the gut, like the
Yeah.
belly. Yeah, some parts like that. Yeah, it will be difficult to take them off the older you become. So if you
Yeah.
haven't been keeping them in check, just know
Yeah.
when you go above 30, you're done for. Okay, anybody above 30, it'll be difficult to cut it off.
Oh, yeah. We have Landino. Hello. Landino. So you're the person since you 12 years old. Just let us know how are things. How are you seeing things on your side? Is
Is it breaking
everything
off?
okay? Is the video? Let us know.
Is it smooth? Is it
Ah.
breaking off? No, I'm asking Landrino. Is it smooth? Is it breaking off? Is it just tell
Yeah.
us how it is? Yeah, so we know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let
And
us
how is
know.
my sound?
Okay.
Because
So
I
that's
have a
that.
feeling that my sound is not good on OBS. I know you can hear me clearly because the sound card I'm using on OBS is different from the one I'm using on because the same sound card cannot work for two softwares. One will reject. If you use it on one,
He's saying my mic is off. He's saying my mic is off.
set it. And let me see. Your mic is. Oh, your audio went off again. No, it's supposed to be on. It is on. So I don't know what's happening. Say something.
So you can hear me, but why can
Yeah,
you
I
not
think he
hear
can hear
me?
you now. Maybe the volume was. Yeah, I think you'll be able to hear you now when you talk because I can see it here on
Okay, so
OBS. Yeah.
Landino, okay, please just confirm that you're hearing me well now. Okay, yeah. Um, should we dive straight to our topic? I think we should, right?
Yeah, let's just dive straight into the topic
Two, three,
and break it down.
seven. Yeah, yeah. So it's not going to be a long one today, like I said. Hopefully, somebody heard. So you have seen you have seen the result. I think we who are following up what happened with Biggy 237.
Mm.
We saw the results. The eviction happened, and Severine. I
I
don't know
don't
if I'm
even know
pronouncing
who
her name
was
right.
evicted. To be honest, I don't know who
Yeah,
were the guys
yeah,
evicted.
she was one of the people. Okay, so he says it's fine now. Okay, awesome, good. So she was one of the people who were evicted, and I remember her name because she had a lot to say after her eviction. So, but
Mm.
we'll get to that. But I wanted to first start off by talking about the difference, the gap between Fish and the other contestants. Now, in our previous episode, when we were addressing the whole Fish
Are you
patience
surprised?
thing, it was
Yeah.
it was yeah. So I briefly mentioned this, that how is it fair to the other contestants that Fish is coming to be on the show with them and they are supposed to be working with him on the same playing field. So
Yeah.
it's like we already know a winner. And this vote has clearly shown it that Fish will emerge the winner because the gap is so much. Like he was, is it 900 and something? The other contestants are coming at the four.
But
Like
those
it's
numbers are
like
small though.
double the second small house. I don't understand.
Compared to, let's just say, other shows, this number is, yeah, let's just say it's Cameroon standards. Like Fish is
Yeah,
outstanding, bro.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for a start. And I think it's okay for Biggie 237, and it's just starting off. So, but I'm just talking that gap. Look at that gap. It just clearly shows how unfair this whole situation is. Like, is it even a competition anymore?
Uh,
Like, Fish is not
Listen,
competing with anybody now.
they got what they wanted. Like they have a reason for bringing Fish into the house, and this is the reason: the popularity, the shenanigans, you know, yeah, that was it. And so many people now are watching it and talking about it because of Fish. So it's obvious. Though everybody know, I just believe this a conspiracy theory. Okay, I just believe there's somebody that has been kept aside to win this thing. Fish won't win it. Everybody know Fish will win it. Okay, but I don't think these guys want Fish. They just brought Fish there to bring up the rating of the show. I don't think Fish will win this thing, and there'll be a lot of controversy by the end of this thing.
Yeah, because if Fish doesn't win, it shows the 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 behind the scenes mafia. It clearly shows that there's
Yeah.
some behind the scenes mafia. Like right now, people have been suspecting it, people have been talking about it. It has just been rumors. There has been no confirmation. They have been trying to deny it. But right now, if Fish doesn't win with the clear votes that people are seeing and the support that he has behind him, the mafia is clearly going to be revealed. There is no denying it. So I don't even know how they are going to argue this one if he is not the winner. The only way is if he is evicted from the show because of some issue, like some moral issue or stuff like
He
that.
already has one
But if
strike. Don't
if
forget.
he stays, so how many strikes do you get before you're
I
sent
think
home?
three, and they'll use this strike method to eliminate him by the end of this show. I just believe so.
Well, well, if that's
They
the
won't
case,
let, because
if that's the
if he
case,
gets
but
to the
like,
final, like, if he gets to the finals, I don't think he will lose. And if he loses the final, then everybody will see that there was something wrong. There's something going on with that Biggie. Like if we were just put there to take up the rating. So before the final, I think they'll use something like this strike things to take him off.
probably.
Yeah.
Landino is saying Fish is actually the sole content creator in that show.
Of
Honestly,
course.
I'm hearing, I mostly hear about Fish. I'm mostly hear about Fish. It's like he's the only one. And then you have Patience. You hear about her because she's kind of linked to him in a way. So they
Exactly.
always ask
Everybody,
her
we hear of
questions
Patient now.
about
She
her.
has
So
a fan base growing up now because she's linked to Fish and she's the opposite to Fish. So the few people who like are against Fish or hate him would directly go for Patience. That's just it. That's how the house have been divided. Yeah. If anybody who never wanted Fish to get into that house, the only person they'll turn to is Patient because she's against Fish. That's the only person in the house representing their voice. And she's not during the voting. She wasn't even the second. It was the Nigerian guy. I think it's
yeah,
Noni or somebody that was
Nonny
second.
White.
All right, and she was third.
The Nonny White guy.
Yeah, you see. So she was third, and I don't know why these big guys haven't even taken off those Nigerians. They are still in the house.
Yeah, that's what CY International was
These
saying
guys are not supposed to
about
be
the
there.
whole Nigerian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like this is Biggie 237. It's not in any way. I don't think it's coming from a place of we don't want Nigerians in our thing. It's coming from a place of there's a place for the Pan Africanism and there's a place
Yeah.
for Biggie 237.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it's right.
Because even the Biggie
Uh,
Nigeria, even when it was still Biggie Africa, Cameroonians applied for it and they turned them down because they said they wanted English speaking African countries. They said Cameroon speak French. Though Anglophones applied for it, but they turned them down. So now when it was made Biggie Nigeria, they just want just Nigerians. No foreign nationality. There's no Ghanaian there. There's no Kenyan, no Ugandan there. There's no just Nigerians. So why would we do ours and include like Nigerians? It's that whole idea of the inferiority complex thing that we must include them to maybe increase our rating and all that stuff.
mhm,
It's demeaning.
mhm.
And that's why I like that Fish. A Cameroonian is the most
Yeah.
popular person there. Like a Cameroonian is the person like creating the chaos, creating the direction the show is taking. It's Fish.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. Patient says he needs help.
For what?
I don't know. She was like, it was in her last the chat room. That's how they call it, right? Chat room session. She
Mm.
was like, he needs help, but she cannot help him. He needs professional help. And I was like, oh, okay. Is that what he needs now?
Wait, Fish?
Yeah, she was saying that about him. Then when Fish was asked about her, he basically said he feels like something like they can coexist or so. She too said the very thing like they can coexist. And then this 237 blog was saying that these two they are finally quashed their beefs. It's just like it's like a love story that is about to start now, something of that sort. I was like,
And I've
oh,
noticed
okay.
one thing too. 237 Showbiz. I think those guys are like managing or PR for patients because the way they are pushing her, the way they are doing her things. I think she has some sort of agreement or business. She's in business with them. Because like they are creating
Yeah, and if
celebrity
she
profile
had
for her, they are doing like press releases for her, they are
mm,
doing like all these things for her, not just like the normal screenshots they always do for everybody else, but they are doing things like, okay, we are pushing this person is attached to somebody big, and the person is in a position where she has eyeballs, limelight. We are trying to build a fan base for her. Like I think she's in
mm-hmm.
business with them.
Yeah, and if that's her strategy, it's a very impressive one, and I feel
Yeah,
like it's the right way to go.
yeah.
The girl who was evicted, that Severine, she was saying she was evicted because she didn't get support from the people that she felt she would get support from, and her manager did not do a good job orienting her about the whole show, so she got into the show blindly
Mm.
and stuff like that.
So, what was she
Mm.
expecting, or is there something that when you get into the show you're supposed to do? Is it a talent show? Because I just believe reality TV shows are just shows that you go there to maybe mimic your daily life, even though it is not actually your daily life. Because I believe when there are cameras, you don't behave the same way you behave when cameras are off. But in a sense, you go there and you pretend and try to mimic your daily life the way you are. That's reality TV show, right? So I don't know the kind of orientation she wanted. She never got the
Yeah,
popularity or the
but
support. And what?
I don't think it's solely that. I think there is a lot more to create noise because the secret to winning those kind of shows, which I see from the people who've been in these different shows, is the
Mm,
people who are the loudest. So if you go there, like I did not hear anything about her. I don't think she did anything crazy. Like there was nothing about her until she was evicted. So it just goes to show that maybe she didn't know that strategy of you are going to be a hype on a reality TV, you have to be a hype version of yourself. You
yeah,
can be a noisy person. By the time you get to the reality TV show, you have to be noisy times 10 or noisy times 5, whatever amount you want to get to. But yeah, I don't think she knew this strategy. I don't think she was aware of the strategy. So because I don't hear anything about her. I feel like the people who are doing it right,
mm,
although I don't like their personality, the way they act, is none of my business. because
Mm,
like it's not my circle of personality. But I
mm,
feel like it's the circle for reality show. Their personality fits well with the reality show whole scenario of the noisy, the loud, the how dare
mm,
you drama kind of personality. That's what people want to see. That's who people want to keep on the show.
mm.
If those people are no longer there, if patient is no longer there, who is Fish fighting with? Then everything just goes to nowhere. Like he has to look for another person now to start fighting with. Like
Fish never even
things
wanted to
have to
fight with
keep.
her. She because let me just say, Fish coming into the house, that was already drama. Because him coming to the house, everybody felt like it wasn't fair for everybody else and all that, you know. So everybody else was,
Mm,
let's just sit down on the same level. So Patience took the initiative to, okay, that's
mm,
the big dog. Let me attack the big dog so I can link my name to the person. So now it created a rivalry. You understand? So if she leaves, I
mm.
think there will be somebody else who wants to, let's just say, okay, that's the biggest person in the house because he has the highest popularity. I just need to create something with that person too. So I just believe Fish is like the lightning rod in that house.
It's like honestly, I don't think. Well, maybe he did not want to start something with patients, but I think the thing which has been started is the reason why people turn in for the show. It's like one of the principal reasons why people turn in for the show because fish patient is a whole thing. I was looking for a fish picture today, and then I saw his picture with one girl. I don't even know if it's a patient, but the headline was "Get to know fish and patients." Like it's a whole thing. People are like putting them like a couple or something like that. So it's a whole thing. So it's true she might leave and he might start something else with somebody else,
Yeah.
commotion or whatever, because the commotion, if it cannot be a peaceful stay and just body thing that will get people tuned in, it must be some kind of commotion, shaking kind of thing, which I don't know. I've not seen the person. Maybe I'm not following the show that closely, but I've not yet seen the person in the house who would really take up that patient's role and be that kind of fire, saying all kind of crazy things about fish and all that. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
Landrino is saying, I think Noni White has acquired Cameroonian nationality. Hmm. Okay.
Every Nigerian in Cameroon has a Cameroon ID card. That's no news to me. Cameroon just give ID cards to foreigners as easily. Like I recall when we were in the dormitory, we had Nigerians that were studying with us. They even make they are more aggressive in the dormitory than us Cameroonians, even as if they are in Nigeria. Like they want to fight. They even argue and try to fight. Like they own shirts in almost everywhere in Northwest. It's easy for foreigners to come into Cameroon and establish themselves and even have they can address a Cameroonian on the way and ask him for his ID card and all these things. But a Cameroonian or asking for money, present yourself and all this, but they don't do that to foreigners or even Nigerians. So even getting that he has a Cameroon nationality, that's no news to me because anybody can just come to Cameroon and get it. That's how it has been proven. That's how we've seen it. So to me,
Mm-hmm.
that's even no ground for them to let him in the house. It's just he's a Nigerian.
Well,
Even if you get a
and then,
Nigerian nationality, you're in Nigeria, you won't still get on that big brother in Nigeria because you are not a Nigerian by birth.
mm,
Even on that flyer,
okay.
those guys they even gave rules and stipulations for qualifying to get into the house, but they still went against those rules. So that thing, I don't know. Maybe that guy is one of the sponsors of that show, or maybe his team or the guys who brought him there have something to do financially with that show. That's why they are letting that guy in the house, and that's why even upon all the talks and the backlash, you haven't let him out or dropped him. It means they have some financial stake on that show. I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because if they
Yeah, that
had
might be
nothing
the
to
case.
benefit
That might
from
be the
him, I
case.
don't see why they would risk the rating of the show to let him on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that might be the case. Let's observe and see.
Yep.
Clearly, okay, Lanchino is even saying, I think, I don't see it that way. Fish will win if not evicted. Well, definitely, if
That's
he
what we
doesn't
said.
get kicked out because
If they
one
don't
of his
use
mates,
the
he's definitely going to
strike
win. The
strategy
votes
to
clearly
eliminate
show it.
Fish, if he gets to voting, he will win. If he's not evicted, and
He
the only
will
way they can
definitely
evict
win.
him is through that strike thing, because I don't see anything that can make
Mm-hmm.
them evict Fish, even if it's through voting and
He
all
will
that. Mm-mm.
definitely win.
Yeah, the only thing they can
He
use
will
is that
definitely
somebody
win.
will say Fish did this, or there was a conflict in the house, or disagreement in the house, and they just use that to strike Fish again and take him out of the show towards the end, because they cannot do it now. If they do it now,
Mm-hmm.
the ratings will plummet, like will just plummet down. What? So they'll just have to wait towards the end of the show
Yeah.
and they do it. Or maybe within, if they give Fish another strike, then let's just say I'm right. I don't know if it's two strikes and you're out, or it's three strikes. I don't know. But if it is two strikes, then they won't give him the strike now. They'll just wait towards the end of the show. But if it is three strike, let's just watch within the this period. If they give him another strike, just know that's what they are planning.
Well, all their behind the scenes mafia. Let's just be
Yeah.
observing. I'm just
Cabaret.
observing. But for me, I just feel like the best strategy for any housemate there
Mhm.
is just to feed off Fish's popularity.
Yeah.
Get a way to link your name to Fish's name
Mhm.
because the shine is already all his. So you just need to find a way to get some of that shine. And as far as he's in the house, like the
Mhm.
focus is kind of principally on him. Like I remember
Mhm.
last year, there were a lot of people who blog to talk about. People would talk about this. Is it Nerissa? I remember Vanny White. Like there are some names which I can remember because blogs were talking about them. Different things were happening. But right now, you go to blog talking about Biggie
It's
237,
just Fish.
Fish patience, this the Fish this.
Yeah.
It's like
At
he's the
least last
only
year the thing
person
started,
there, and
everybody was on equal playing field. Like this,
mm-hmm,
they were
mm-hmm,
trying to come
mm-hmm,
up, like trying to create their own fan bases, trying to create their own divisions and all
mm-hmm.
that build. But now it's clear, like Fish and everybody else. So Patient was a smart person to use.
Exactly.
I don't know, negative, not
Yeah.
negative vibe, but let's just say not competition.
Mm.
Like
Controversy.
yeah, she wanted to be the, yeah, controversy. She wanted to be the contrast to Fish, like the opposite of
Mm-hmm.
Fish, like somebody going against everything Fish. She just made, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the antagonist of
Mm-hmm.
Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Okay, let's proceed to talk about the next thing
Mm.
so we could keep it short.
Yeah.
So the next thing is let me pull up this post. So Ada Kenji, a lot of us know him as
Yeah.
this video director.
Mhm.
He says, "Dear bloggers, you are important. Thanks for the work you do. Don't be mad if artists don't share when you post about them. It is not their duty. Music and entertainment bloggers, you need artists to exist. They don't need you to exist. I know it's painful to hear, but it's your truth. Stop calling out artists for not sharing your post about them. Have a good week." What do you think, Dilby? Reaction?
He's right.
Mm.
Yeah, artists have no right, no reason to share a blogger's post. But if the artists like it and enjoy it, like they may make write something about you and they can be flattering in it, say some great words in it, say some things that make you giggle, and you just feel like, okay, it's interesting, let me share it. And you know, that's how it works. If you see a blog posting something, it's either they want to slam the an artist posting something made by a blog. It's either they want to insult that blog or slam the blog for saying, passing out the wrong information, or for slandering their name, or for discrediting them, or they just they were paid to be on the cover of that magazine, or they were paid to be there, or they had an interview with that blog, something like that. If they share it. But write-ups don't get shared. It's very rare to hear that a write-up will be shared or appreciated by a blogger unless the blogger has a personal relationship with the artist. Even going right up to Hollywood, it's that way. You don't see artists just randomly sharing posts made by bloggers. It's either they have a personal relationship behind the scene,
Mm,
the owner of the company that has the blog or the writer who made that post. Maybe they have a personal relationship behind it. But if they don't have a personal relationship, if there's a particular blog that keep getting reposted and shared and talked about, maybe because that blog keep going against artists and posting false information and discrediting them, trying to destroy the artist's name, then they'll call out the blog, call out the article, and that way it's more promotion for the article. But these guys don't need blog. They don't need those blogs. If you if you understand your market, your distribution, and your fan base, you don't need those blogs. Those blogs write all those things to tap into your fan base, to get a read from your fan base, to get a read. That's why they do it for multiple artists and celebrities because they want a collective of all their fans, like a piece of all their fans. But each artist have a fan base that they can easily reach, they can run to when they have anything to sell, any information to pass out, all these things. So when media, like let's just say radio stations, blogs, YouTubes, when they have a project coming out, they visit all these places now for press run and media tour and all these things. They can share their interview with that blog. Sometimes they don't even share it, but they because they are there and they can share it if something said there was like during the posting of that thing was edited in such a way that they took out the context of whatever was said. They take out the context, so they may post or talk about the interview and insult the person they had the interview with, or they may just say if they had a great time, great interview that was fun, like when you go like to Drink Champ or 85 South that are so funny and you guys have a great time, like a moment. Yeah, you can share that one and say these guys were mad. Like we had a great time, they're drinking, talking crazy and all that. Yeah, it happens there like that. But normally it is not. They don't have any reason to share any post made by any blog. It's just personal will if they feel like they have to share it.
yeah, I think so too. Like artists are not obligated to share any post made by any blog. But I also do believe that at the stage in which our entertainment world is, and the knowledge which is known by majority of the people in the entertainment scene is I drop a project and I give it to a blog to promote it. That's how many people get to hear about my project. My question is, if the artists don't need the bloggers and it's the bloggers that need the artists, why is the payment going one way? You have artists paying bloggers, and bloggers, I don't think there's any need for bloggers to pay artists. If bloggers are that useless in the whole scene, then why are
Let
they
me tell
being
you why.
paid for what they
Yeah,
are doing?
let me tell you why they have to pay artists need to pay bloggers, because artists, you have a fan base. Okay, you reach your fan base, you sell anything you want to sell. When you drop something like an album, you want to reach out of your fan base a wide variety, and bloggers are the only guys that touch this fan from this community, this community, this community, and this community. Okay, so the reason you pay them to post that article is because when they post it, they will talk about this person, this person, this person, this person, and include your own merchandise, article, music, or anything among those collectives of fan bases they are touching. That way you will reach them. That is if you want to reach a community out of your fan base, then of course you have to pay. But they don't have any reason to share any post made by a blogger. So that's one incentive for them to pay when they need the blogger's service. But the bloggers don't have to pay them when they use their services because one, they are leeching off the artist fan base, and they are leeching off the artist fan base and they are selling it to another person fan base. Let's just say three artists. One is two two B list and one A list artist. Okay, the leash of the B list and the leash of the A list. If the B list wants to drop a project and he wants the blog to share it, they know that if they share that article, like fans belonging to the B list and the A list will read that, visit the blog, they will see it. So for the blog to accept what they give him, because the blog, another thing, the blog has the right to post whatever they want on their blog. It is their blog. So if you are telling them to post something, that way you are giving them a job. You are disrupting. They are not doing their passion. They are not doing what they want to do. At that point, it is a job. You are giving them a task, so you have to pay for the task. But if they need to post on their own free will, create content by themselves, they need to. They do it for free, and it is they are just doing their job. They are doing their passion. It is not the artist's duty to share their passion. The artist's duty is to share his own passion, his music. So if you're bringing your job to me, then you pay. That's how the system works. Unless they have personal relationships, like I said, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
that way it can upset that whole
Yeah.
business
I,
chain
I,
and dynamic.
I get that. I get that. I get that, right. I'm just saying that my problem is with that statement of artists don't need bloggers. You say music and entertainment bloggers. You need artists to exist. They don't need you to exist. And I'm like, why? If you make this statement, then you get in the same breath, you get these people complaining when these bloggers talk more about Nigerians than Cameroonian entertainment world. If these bloggers were like focused on the Nigerian Biggie Niger, you get all these complaints.
It's
But
just
the truth
complaints.
is, if these bloggers created content about this Nigerian blogs, if they created content about these Nigerian shows, they'll probably get more traffic than creating content about the Cameroonian show. And when they do that, you have all these people saying, why are people focusing on these people instead of focusing on our own and all that stuff? And I'm like, why are you, if they don't matter, because what this post is saying, if they don't matter, if the artists don't need them to exist, then why are you complaining when they do what they want to do? It's like, if I don't need you, right? If you're just like somebody who is just there, I don't care, whatever you do. Why you post about America, you post about Nigeria, you post about me, you post about, I don't care. And I'm never going to give you money to post about me. But the fact that I care what you post and I'm willing to pay you to even post certain things, it means that you do matter. And so what I'm just saying is, I don't think this post is 100% factual. I do believe that in this ecosystem, the need is both ways. It's true, these bloggers, you start by leeching off the bigger names in the entertainment scene, and then you get a diverse fan base, which you can sell to which you can sell to to a diverse range of artists. Artists who want the rapper fans, artists who want the hip hop, R&B, or Makosa fans. Like, you can sell this audience, pop. You can sell this audience to these people, and that is a very big necessity in the entertainment scene. So when you sit and say they don't need bloggers to exist, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it does not even comprehend to me.
Yeah, and it's it's
Ibrahim,
is there a comment?
yeah, so Ibrahim Masara saying, I love this conversation. Okay, feel free to tell us your point of view. What do you think about the whole dynamic between artists and bloggers? Who needs who doesn't need who? Do they all need each other, or nobody needs anybody? Let us know. You want to say something?
Yeah. Let's just they need them. Yeah, they need not every blogger. Like I said, these guys, like, artists don't need bloggers, but the bloggers need those artists. But when they get to a certain level, when they get to a certain stage in their career, when they build a certain platform, when their platform get a certain amount of, let's just say, community, then they become relevant, you know. So, an artist who complain that this blog is posting about this and it's not posting about this is a hypocrite. Like, it's stupid. I don't see, you have no right to tell any blog what to post. It's almost like McMe and Academy's got a problem where McMe say Academy shouldn't post them. But Academy kept posting other artists and they were blowing up. And McMill started saying he's posting his album, nobody is sharing it, even blogs like Academics. Academy said, you dumb fuck. You told me not to talk about you. Like, so in a sense, when a blog is coming up, when it is still coming up, they need all these artists. These artists don't need them. The reason, okay, this is where blogs come into play. Blogs help artists last longer, sustain their relevance. Because in the beginning of your career, okay, the job of bloggers is to collect fan bases, collect active fan bases from every community, active fan base from every community. So when an artist come in here, let's just say 2021, okay, they will collect your active fan base from that moment. Then by 2024 or 26, that artist will be irrelevant and his fan base may have grown, okay. And the activeness or the free time the fans had, the time they discovered him, that they will always do everything to get that artist attention, always pay him attention, all these things. They may have grown, some of them may have kids, some of them may be having jobs and all that, but the blogger will still be posting and still mining, collecting fans from the newer guys coming. You understand? So those OGs already in the game already have those fan bases to sustain their relevance. They will now go to the blogs. That's where they pay to post those articles so they can stay relevant in the eye of the new and fresh audience. So for the beginning of a blog, artists don't need a starting blog unless they create a relationship with that blog when it's still starting from the day one. So as the blog grows, the blog owe loyalty to the artist, like Kosi and 237 Showbiz. Those guys can never stop posting Kosi because those two started like I think they are friends, and the blog grew with Kosi. You see, so even if these guys collect fan bases from newer guys coming up, they will still have to use that fan base and feed Kosi's fan base. You understand? So that's how it is. Even J. Cole even said it once that when you're coming up, you need to find a blogger and be friends with. Make friends with underground bloggers because blogs keep growing, but music careers, people always champion for the underdog. Once you become a mainstream overdog, people start trying to see you fall or see you go down. But when you're coming up, that come up spirit, the come up story is always sweet and interesting. So just find a blog. That way you keep being relevant to be friends or partner with. That's why they say artists don't need, in a nutshell, they don't actually need blogs, but they need them in a way down the line. They don't need blogs to come up. Some may need blogs to come up, but they don't need blogs to be relevant. I know I'm just spazzing, jumping in and out, but what I mean is if a blog is still brand new, artists don't need them. They can post whatever they want to get their blogs to a place where those artists will respect and start coming to them. So that's just it. So what Ada said is probably
but
correct and
yeah,
wrong too. It's not completely right, but it needed more context.
yeah, but he did not make that distinction of like
Mm,
an upcoming blog. He said bloggers, right?
mm,
And bloggers listen to this, and it's bloggers. They are talking about an upcoming blog. You're talking about the 237 show. You're talking about the is it Hot Gem, or is the
mm,
what other blog again is coming to my mind? Better things. Like you're talking about all those blogs that
mm.
artists don't need them. I feel like it's a very proud stance to have, mindful of the fact that this very artists, especially when you're upcoming, come to these bloggers and they bargain price of like, okay, put my music and I for this price or whatever price, and you really see the necessity in it. If you're somebody who has been in the entertainment ecosystem, the necessity of bloggers is really magnified. So you being in the entertainment scene is seeing and making this kind of statement, I feel like it's coming from a place of maybe a blogger has annoyed you. I just feel like, oh, let me make this statement
Yeah, I
to
just made a general
throw shade or
statement like his
whatever.
director.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let me throw shade.
Uh,
Bloggers, their own is too much. Anyway, yeah. So, like we said, it's not going to be a long one today,
yep.
because we started late and we have some other commitments to keep. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for interacting with us. Thank you for coming, even if we didn't keep to time. And thank you for engaging and giving us more things to talk about. Yeah.
Yep.
So before we go, I also have to address the fact that the ambassador is not with us today because he traveled, and yeah. So hopefully tomorrow things are back to normal and we'll
Yeah.
have the ambassador on the Molly Town platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there'll be anything to say before we leave?
Yeah, all I have to say is I'm pissed off with the way this stream is acting up. I don't. It's just break. It's not like it's not the connection speed. It's nothing. It's just hardware or software malfunctioning and some shit. So I think we'll be changing it. The next one will be smooth, like smoother than this one. I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yep.
Okay, guys. So yeah, that's it. Next live stream, it's definitely going to be better.
Mhm.
Thank you for watching, even though it's not the best.
Yep.
Yeah. So